Happy week of Thanksgiving. I'm
Yay!
Tiffany,
And I'm Andrea.
and we are relatively unstable. Uh, Make sure you like, follow, share, and subscribe if you've been with us a while and haven't done so yet. And if this is your first time, do it now. Tell your friends before you get used to us, and then you're like,
Eh,
So, or
you know,
you know what else you could do? You could just download the podcast and let it play. You don't even have to watch it. Just
you even gotta watch it. I mean, you want
download
to
it and
watch
let
it.
it play. We do it for you. So today, if you when you watched the last episode, you probably heard, or was it the last one? It was a couple episodes ago, and we had our friend Thaddeus jumped on with us and challenged that he makes the best macaroni and cheese. So, warning, some of the content in this episode may seem racist, but what it really is cultural. This is cultural, not a cultural appropriateness. Would you call it that?
I would call it that.
Let's call it cultural appropriateness. Um, and it's just our experience with the culture. And as it pertains to Thanksgiving, uh, in households across America, as we celebrate Thanksgiving and we are thankful, I think it's also important for us to just recognize that a lot of people are struggling right now,
Mhm.
and you know, we're here with you. We
Yes.
might not be going through the same thing, but we understand that. So that said, let's have some fun. Andrea,
Yes.
what is Thanksgiving your favorite holiday, or is it just up there?
It's just another day to eat for me. Like it's really not. Um, I don't really do like. There's not a holiday that I look forward to except for my birthday. Um,
Really?
I consider a holiday. So, um, yeah,
That's
no,
Leo shit.
yeah.
I don't give a shit about my birthday, but I love Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy it and I like, I mean my family is small, so it's just me, my mom and my aunt. So like it's not like, oh, I get to see, especially not now, but in years past, like it's not like, oh, I get to see my cousin coming in from town that I haven't seen in 2 years. Like, it's not like that. So I don't really have, yeah, so it's just like my mom. And basically, particularly like this Thanksgiving, like she's not even cooking like a traditional Thanksgiving. So uh yeah, she's cooking like lobster tail and broccoli and baked potatoes, which is a dinner that we have throughout the whole year. So it's really going to be nothing special this year.
I have a couple of questions about. My first question is: you have lobster tail throughout the year.
I
I don't
do.
eat seafood, but I feel like lobster tail is like a treat for people who do.
Yeah.
Y'all
She
just
yeah, she gets really excited about it. She has her store that she goes to, that she gets her little lobster tails, and she gets very excited to make them.
interesting. Well, I will bring you a plate. So
Okay, please.
safely. Um, so my family has all this has always been like many families, big deal holiday. And up until I would call it the apocalypse of 2017 when we lost so many family members, um, it's always been a massive undertaking.
Hmm.
And uh, or event, I should say. It's always been a massive event and undertaking once I got old enough to participate. But you know, what I have grown to understand, when I was younger, it was just like, come watch my grandmother cook. I mean, it was like literally almost a month long of cooking for my grandmother.
Mhm.
Like it started with Thanksgiving and then she went right into Christmas stuff.
Wow.
But I as I've gotten older, what I've come to realize is there are levels to this Thanksgiving
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Levels to it.
Levels. So your lobster tail, broccoli, and baked potato is
Something.
appropriate for a three-person. Let's enjoy each other.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, kind of.
Thanksgiving.
Maybe, kind of.
So devastated as I am, we are still doing the full spread out of Thanksgiving just for our little household of six. Uh, and what I will say is that I do miss. I miss my whole family immensely. Like the thought of doing this without them is like crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about some of the do's and don'ts of Thanksgiving on a regular. So remind these are reminders. This is for next year.
Mm-hmm.
This year is different for everyone. So for next year, what's it going to look like? And you know, for me, the first obvious do is turkey is the meat. So nothing against your lobster tail. I want turkey.
So may I just interject and talk about the game that folks have been playing on their moms and how my mom is.
Yes, please.
So, it's been a thing going around Facebook of text your mom,
I'm
uh,
about to do it.
ask her how long will it take to microwave a 25-pound turkey and screenshot your results. So a normal mom, and the normal mom responses that I've been seeing are, what? You can't microwave a turkey? Why would you even try to do that? And why do you have a 25-pound turkey? Are you having people over? You can't have people over. Now, that's a normal response. My mom, though, didn't care to ask if I was having people over, knows that I don't really cook. So I don't know why that wouldn't even be a question. She just said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I really don't know." Ma'am,
I, I just texted my mom, so let's see what she says.
ma'am, first of all, you can't do that. Like, there's so many questions that a mom should have. And my mom not only thought that you could do it, apparently, and she had no advice to give me or to steer me right in the right direction.
That's because
So
your mom is not thinking about turkey. She's thinking about lobster tail.
she must be, because, yeah, just no guidance. Just no guidance.
Wait, mama. Oh, shoot. Tiffany just lost it on relatively unstable. But let me tell you what D Lang just said. Oh wait, can I? I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to screw. Okay, can we see this? Wait, wait, hold on. Ah, I can't
Oh,
show you guys. It says I'll put it in the on Instagram. It says no. Do you want me to bake? Do you want me to bake your turkey?
that right there, everybody, is a normal mom response.
Oh, Mom, I love you.
No. That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
This was real shit right here. I actually
Right.
just did this, and that's what she said.
Yeah. That's like a real.
Let's give Stephanie a break. She just was thinking about lobster tails.
I mean, we can give her a break. I'm just
Are
gonna
y'all
say,
gonna have? You need some bread. You need some bread.
ooh, I have to pick up some rolls that I hope I don't eat by the time Thursday comes around. But I bought some butter rolls, like the clover ones that break into three pieces. Those are
Uh-huh.
my favorite. And I guess the cinnamon version of those. So basically what's going to happen is the cinnamon version of those are going to be my breakfast probably from now until Thursday. And then let's see. So I got a dozen, I think. So I might just take six, maybe maybe four over to my mom's house. Cuz
Okay, so a lot of my Thanksgiving rules apply to you. We're gonna have to like reconfigure your mind.
right.
We're gonna we're gonna have to reprogram you. You're
Okay.
breaking my heart right now with your four roles.
Yes. I eat
So
lots of food.
I will say my grandmother always made homemade potato rolls. Oh my God. And I've made them a couple times, but the amount of work that it takes to make them is just not effort I'm willing to put in at this point in my life. But
Mhm.
they are so amazing. And plus, working with yeast makes me nervous. I'm always afraid the water is going to be too warm and I'm going to kill it. But oh
Oh,
my
I
God.
think that was a thing. Okay.
um, oh my God. So, you threw me off my square with those four rolls. What were we talking about? Turkey. Turkey is the meat.
Turkey is the meat.
Turkey is the meat. Uh, I look for, and for me, I like roast turkey on Thanksgiving. Christmas, we can do smoked turkey, fried turkey. Thanksgiving, I like a roasted turkey.
Okay.
Um, but
Okay.
um, come Christmas, and usually like we have so many people, we usually have three turkeys.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it is a lot of y'all.
it is. But also, I will get very angry if people eat all the breast because I only eat white meat. And so if people who
And I only eat white meat. I make exceptions for chicken wings because they're like it's kind of like a middle meat, I guess. Like it's not like dry like white meat, but it's not dark meat, but that's it.
I only eat white meat. So when everybody like uh consumes all the white, and I'm typically the host, so of course I'm gonna eat last. And if and I like leftovers. And if all the
Oh,
white meat is gone, I have an attitude.
mm-hmm,
So I have to make sure that there is enough white meat that I don't have anxiety over there not being enough.
mm-hmm.
Um, so, and then lots of people in the family eat dark meat, but those people don't include Lauren, Olivia, or Tiffany. So, a lot of the older people eat dark meat,
Yeah.
and have at it. Dark
Yep.
meat is for you and little people who don't know the difference
Yep.
yet. Um, so we also if you're on social media, we also see a lot of these Thanksgiving with black families memes. And I really have to say there is truth in a lot of they're funny because they're true.
Mm-hmm.
They are funny because they're true. There's the one meme with the auntie with the arm.
Yes. If your arm don't look like that, out of the kitchen. That's that is not your place. That is not your
I
place.
haven't reached that status yet, or hopefully never, because I do. Wait, this one says you need 5 to 7 years of work experience and 3 references to make Thanksgiving mac and cheese.
Facts.
So I was gonna save the mac and cheese talk to the end, but let's get into this.
Yeah, I mean, and full disclaimer, I have only had Thad's mac and cheese. However,
I'm sorry, what?
I've only had Thad's mac. I mean, my mom makes it, but I mean, you know, she's she she's a person that thinks that you can microwave a 25-pound turkey. So we can't really take advice from her.
What?
But I mean, I've had other mac and cheese, but I'm saying out of between you and him, I've only had his. But
Right.
I am willing to crown a winner.
I'll be happy just to be in his company if it's just that good.
Unbiasedly crown a winner. So bring your plate.
So let's talk about this. And this thought came to me, or this my grandmother, who is actually or was an excellent cook. My mom's mom. I mean, excellent. She actually was a really good cook, and except for when it came to like things like this.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of she was the everything had to be perfect, like the house is beautiful, like I get that from her, like that's how I am too, like I love that stuff, like I get off on that shit, like I like my house decorated, I like the colors, the table to be set perfectly, and her food was good. But we didn't start eating macaroni and cheese for holidays until my aunt came in and started cooking and put some fire on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's who taught me how to make it. And then I eventually kind of evolved it myself or whatever. But when my grandmother did try to, because then this is a true story. My grandmother then got salty about my aunt making macaroni and cheese, and then me making macaroni and cheese, and everybody liking it. And then she tried to make it. It's like, okay, we found your weak spot, girl.
Oh, grandma.
That was the weak spot. And let me tell you her first infraction.
Okay.
Whole wheat noodles.
Oh, no. No.
If you are at the grocery store today or tomorrow and you are even contemplating using whole wheat noodles, you have no business making Thanksgiving macaroni and cheese. You can make that shit on May 14th.
Whatever day that is, but not Thanksgiving though.
You can make it on August 1st.
Not Thanksgiving though.
You can make it on January 22nd. You have so many other days of the year
Mm-hmm.
that you can make healthy macaroni and cheese.
I mean, that phrase don't even sound right. Healthy
Nope.
macaroni and cheese.
If you are looking in the dairy section and you are picking up 2% milk
Bye.
for your macaroni and cheese, just don't.
That ain't it, girl.
Mm-mm.
That ain't.
Nope. Mm-mm. No. So personally, this is my personal, and I'm gonna get at it if anybody watches this. But if you use pet milk or Velveeta please refrain from bringing your macaroni and cheese into my world. I realize that that is a staple for many. However, let's not. Let's
But
evolve past that. But I did see a woman today looking at whole wheat noodles, and I was just like, what you gonna do with that? Those don't belong at Thanksgiving dinner.
was she African American?
You already know the answer to that question.
Okay, so no, and that's fine, and that's fine. We talking black macaroni and cheese right now. Like
We
that's
are
it.
talking black macaroni and cheese.
Like there are many ways to make it, and there are plenty of families that love the way mama, auntie, dad, uncle, grandpa, grandma make it. But we talking about black family mac and cheese.
We're talking about the difference between auntie macaroni and cheese and auntie macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
So those are those are rules. If you can't watch your noodles while you're cooking it so that they don't overcook, please don't. Please don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I have made the mistake of overcooking my noodles. I will say that publicly. I have done that. But it is not regular and it is not how I would choose to serve my family.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that.
Right.
Watch those noodles and take them out early. They will cook. Is that your favorite side?
That is my favorite side. Yeah, because I can eat that as a meal.
Same.
With rolls, of course.
Rose might be my favorite. Rose might be my favorite. And I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna get shot for this. I love cranberry sauce. I love it with all my heart. If there is one thing that I will go down for, it is cranberry sauce.
The canned cranberry sauce or the for real?
Canned. I don't want homemade shit. That's the only thing that can start in a can and end in a can for Thanksgiving that is allowed.
I'm seeing, you know what? I think that 2020 has made people want to live more in their truth this year. I have seen so many people publicly acknowledge that can is it. Like that is the only way to go. They don't want that other shit. Canned cranberry sauce, ocean spray, that's it.
Ocean spray, jellied. Keep your whole berry to your whole self. That's the only thing. Anything else, another rule, if it came directly from a can, other than ocean spray, jelly, cranberry sauce, leave it home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And speaking of leave home.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Respect your host.
Yes.
The person has a vision. If that person did not invite you to bring a certain item, don't. The only exception to this, I will give these exceptions. Health dietary restrictions, and I mean like life-saving. Not, it's just better for you. Right. Allergies.
Mm-hmm.
And dessert. Dessert is a free-for-all. You can bring as many desserts as you want.
Mm-hmm.
But if spaghetti wasn't on the menu, which it won't be for Thanksgiving,
ooh-wee,
don't bring it.
That's
don't
weird.
just because it was in your heart.
Just because it was in your heart
does not mean it was in the hostess's vision.
Mm-mm. Can you imagine spaghetti on Thanksgiving? I mean, I guess stranger things have happened.
Look, now my dad's side of the family I've seen some things on Thanksgiving that don't make sense to me, but go for it. If chicken wasn't on the menu, don't bring chicken. That was not in the vision.
Right.
The host has a vision.
See,
So
my mom always like we stopped having turkey for, I guess it's been over a decade now, because again, it's just three of us, but we would only have like a baked chicken, the blandest baked chicken you ever want.
I am going to take care of this girl. Don't you worry. I'm going to take care of her for Thanksgiving. I'm going to make sure she eats well. I can't let you go down like this. It's just six of us, and we have two turkeys, one for Thursday, and one in case for whatever reason, I don't know why we think we might run out, but in my head we might. And speaking of running out,
What about ham? How do you feel about ham?
ham is okay. Ham is acceptable. Ham
As
is
a
an
as a secondary
second,
meat to the
a
turkey.
second meat,
Mm-hmm.
but only if the hostess has said, "Can you bring a ham?"
Can you bring a ham?
Girl, that ham is so good. Bring it.
I think I just love the word ham. The word ham just makes me chuckle. I don't know. It's just funny to me. Ham. But yeah, I love a good ham.
I typically I don't eat pork, but I will typically have a ham for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So, because other people do.
Mm-hmm.
And I do try to accommodate other people, like, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I have a vision. I have a vision. I work hard to think these things out.
Yes.
And it's 45 years of learning and watching and consuming. Like, the ancestors have like, this is what we do. This isn't just
Right.
this is like our time to shine.
Yes.
But what was I saying? Speaking of
Um.
big. So here's the thing. If you are invited to contribute, go big or go home.
Mm-hmm.
Go big or stay home.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bring your four little ass rolls.
Oops.
Don't bring no little ass rolls for 20 people. If it's not enough for 20 people to have a minimum of 6 rolls, just don't bother. Let the host know. If the rolls aren't of size enough that really they should, like, make you a little bit full before you
Mm-hmm.
eat anything else, don't bother. It's okay. It's okay. The host will take care of it.
Right.
But go big or go home. Don't bring, let's see, this is my sage bowl, but don't bring anything this size.
Like, oh, I'm just gonna eat this. This just mine.
Or, I made this little, oh, that's cute. What are we gonna do with that? No. If the shit doesn't fit in a catering pan,
Don't bring it.
just leave it. It throws off the vibe. It throws off the vibe. We are thankful for what we have. Let's have it.
Let's have it. That's hilarious.
Now, how do you feel about salad on Thanksgiving? I feel like it's a waste of plate space.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to it, mainly because by the time November comes around in the year, I have eaten so much garbage throughout the year that my body is like, bitch, if you don't get a lettuce, a lettuce, a tomato, please, in your body. Cause damn, we about to die. So I don't mind it, but my mom doesn't make them. I mean, like that's not her thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I'm not like salad to me just takes up space on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving is about like heavy, you know, this ain't the day to eat to live. This is the day to live to eat.
Right. Right.
Uh, and given that, it is also not the day to try something new.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I say that directed at the main and side dishes, like the main food. If you want to try a new dessert, have at it. I feel like dessert is its own entity. But if you accept sweet potato pie, which I don't eat, but I will protect, I will protect the sanctity of the sweet potato pie. Uh, I will do that. I
So
don't eat it, but I understand.
are you a pumpkin pie person?
I'm gonna have to end our friendship right here.
Okay. It's been real, guys. Hey, bye, everybody.
Yeah, no, we're not doing pumpkin. Pumpkin. No, we're not doing that. Um, no pumpkin pie is to enter this home. However, I have two sweet potato pies in the freezer from last year because it is.
I mean, I'm trying to say
Sharing
something.
is caring.
I'm trying to say something here because
I got, I got you. I got you.
my mom makes a decent sweet potato pie. Oddly enough, it's not sweet, which is kind of how I mean, I can eat sweeter sweet potato pies, but I kind of like it. It's not savory, obviously, but it's
Mhm.
just not like sugar sweet. Um, so, but she's not making it this year. So I'm just like, where am I gonna get my
You can
sweet
have one of these pies. I
potato
just
pie?
ate a cookie from last year in the freezer. It was amazing. Um, like y'all don't sleep on food that's been sitting in the freezer. If
Right.
it's wrapped tight, it'll last. Uh,
Good.
so your girl Lauren makes a great sweet potato pie. Again, haven't eaten it, but I can tell by the way it looks. And I've seen her make it, and she got the recipe from our grandfather, who was all about that life.
Lauren, holler
And
at me.
it looks like remember the episode of A Different World when Patti LaBelle and Whitley's mom and oh I can't think of her name,
Diane
uh
Carroll,
Marion. We're in the
Marion.
kitchen. We're in the kitchen and she brought out the pumpkin tart and Patti LaBelle was like brought out the sweet potato pie with
Hmm.
the thick
Hmm.
crust. Yeah, that's what that looks like.
Yeah, I'm about that life.
Yeah, yeah. So I will, while I don't eat it, I will protect the sweet potato pie, and I will kindly ask that the pumpkin stays in the can.
Yes.
So yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that this year or any year. Uh, Here's another thing: if you are asked to bring ice, pop, or paper products.
I'm a girl. I am your
you should
girl.
stick you should stick to ice, pop, or paper products. Those
one
are the
day,
things.
one day, I'm going to shock the world and make like a for real kind of Thanksgiving dinner, and it's going to be amazing. I feel it. I feel like things are happening. People are being put into my life, like you, my friend Julie, are being put into my life for a reason,
I
and
have faith in you.
I feel like this is coming for me. So stay
I
tuned.
have faith in you. And I think you can do it. And the ancestors will guide you. They will guide your fingertips. They will guide you.
Cute.
It can happen.
It can
It
happen.
can happen. Uh, so yeah, stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Let's, stay in your lane. Um, I think that for me too, there are other things that like my grandmother would always make that I don't necessarily like, but I'm sometimes I don't typically even make them now, but I'm sometimes tempted to make just
Mm-hmm.
because it feels like Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Like she always made like baked apples,
Oh yeah.
um uh like the ones they have at Boston Market, but fancier and probably better.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, I don't want to go through all that work.
Right.
Um, oh, how could I forget this? My shirt. I don't know if
We.
we can see my shirt.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing that. Uh, I don't know if anything makes me angrier, and I am so sorry for the people who like it, than the idea of green bean casserole when I see the pictures in the grocery store. It's unfathomable to me that this is a Thanksgiving Day staple.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I feel like you have February 10th, you have June 6th. This does not seem to me to be a holiday concoction.
Right.
And I liken it to that what is that stuff that the kids eat that's at the football games when they put the Fritos, put the hot dog chili mix in the Fritos.
Oh.
That it's
Uh-uh.
the same thing. Yeah, they take the chili from the Coney dogs and put it in the Fritos bag and mix it up and eat it. Green bean casserole is prison food, in my opinion. I feel like, sorry, I feel like it is something that should be served, or I actually think prisoners should be fed much better than they are, but it should be served where there is a high population of people who might not get the sustenance that they need and would appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, we're doing green beans. We're doing collard greens,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and we're doing uh, sweet potatoes, not sweet potato casserole.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever you do, enjoy. But, those are just the rules.
But those are just
Um,
the rules that you have to follow. I mean, that's it. That's it.
those are the rules.
Those are the rules.
Um, they're kind of non negotiable. You know what? Some people eat ribs on Thanksgiving, which, like, my dad's side of the family eats ribs on Thanksgiving, which is kind of weird to me.
That,
They smell good,
that's unusual. Yeah.
but it's weird to me. I'm like, this is not 4th of July, but okay, do
Right.
you? Speaking of, let's move away from food for just a moment and let's talk about some etiquette.
Oh yeah.
Um, so if your cousins are not the host cousins, maybe they shouldn't be there.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't invite my own cousins. Just a couple. I do invite, there are a couple that are welcome. But get approval get clearance. Always get
Oh
clearance.
yeah, you got to get clearance before you bring. I mean, it's damn near like an RSVP kind of a situation. Like you need to like check. Even I'm terrible with RSVPs anyway, though. But like I also wouldn't just pop up over somebody's house just with like a gang of folks ever.
No, no. And when I say get clearance prior to,
Yes.
not the day of.
Yeah. Like, hey man, so I'ma have Pook Pook and them with me? No.
Mm-mm. No, 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 no. Now, there are people who are allowed, who have an open door invitation. And you kind of almost expect, like, hey, so and so might drop by.
Mm-hmm.
But and you're prepared for that. And those are people who you're comfortable enough with that if the food is already put away, like those, the people who can just drop by are the people that you're so comfortable with them, they can go in your refrigerator themselves and get out the food that's been put away.
Right. Right.
If it's not people who you would normally be okay with going in your refrigerator, or the host would not be okay with them going in his or her refrigerator, then those people don't have day of clearance.
Right. Right.
Must have day of clearance. I mean, or prior to day of clearance. You must. Um, what else did we talk about, Andrea? Touching food.
Yeah. So did we? I'm hearing a little echo. Oh, okay. Did we discuss already the making plates? I think we did in a previous podcast.
I don't know if we discussed it or not. We discussed it online. No,
Yeah.
we discussed it. We did talk about it. We touched on it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean that's a thing, but like, do you
Yeah.
like
Do
go with what
you?
feels good to you in your significant other's house or your family's house or their family's house? Yeah.
Or insignificant other, in which case you shouldn't be making the plate.
There it is, everybody. There it is.
You shouldn't be. Now, I don't make the plates for anybody over, let's say, 10.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 11 if their maturity isn't gotten there yet.
Right.
So, you know, occasionally I might start one or put something to the side, but I'm not, yeah, that's, I mean, but I think we've established that I'm a little bit selfish and inconsiderate, and sometimes I'm and just absent-minded. And also, if it is your choice to make plates, own it and don't worry about if somebody's auntie is side-eyeing you or mother.
Mm-hmm.
And also, going back to respecting the host, make sure that it's a kitchen in which you are comfortable enough to be rumbling about and fussing about in that kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I choose not to go too many places where I'm not that comfortable. So, but and most of the people who I invite to my home should be that comfortable. But I have seen where people should not be that comfortable getting that comfortable.
Right. Right.
What else? We talked about touching food. So, this is the thing. If you go to someone's house for a meal, a holiday meal or whatever, coming from me, I do want to know who made what based on ability.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are moments where you will know who made what.
Mm-hmm.
Simply by looking at it, you will know if so-and-so's significant other that married into the family made that, because that don't look like what y'all usually eat.
Right.
You know what that is. But let's try and tame the out loud, who made that? Who made that?
Right. Right.
I don't eat everybody's food. Well, you really shouldn't be around everybody. You shouldn't be going. You shouldn't be outside your house if you aren't going to eat the food at the plate. You shouldn't be in line. How about this? You could come, but you shouldn't be like in line or at the table to eat if you're going to have that attitude with your outside voice.
Right. Right.
You know who the people are in the place where you are, so you know somebody did. Now, if if there is somebody identified whose food you don't want to eat, and there's somebody else there that you're comfortable enough with to ask, then you should ask that person, hey, did Mary make that?
Right.
Well, then my kid just walked in with his friends online. If you want to know exactly what Mary made, identify what Mary made before you decide to get your plate.
Mm-hmm.
But don't who made that, because you know everybody here.
Yeah, it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. I
And
mean,
yeah.
and like, and if something doesn't look appetizing, just pass it. Like you don't. I mean, and I say this coming from a person that is very picky, a very picky eater. So there's a lot of things that I don't eat. So and that and I'm not. I'm old enough and comfortable enough in my picky eaterness to say, "Oh, I don't eat that."
Mm-hmm.
And like, no offense, like, I'm not saying that it looked nasty or it doesn't is not appealing or anything. It's just I don't eat that. So that's
That's
it.
not in my diet.
Yeah.
It's
So
not on my palate. And I'll give a fourth exception to the don't bring, but I even still say, just get clearance. So what did I say? I said allergies, other health reasons, and dessert. And the other thing is, if you are invited to someone's house, or you invite someone to your house who is perhaps you know from a different country or culture, and they want to contribute something from their culture,
mm-hmm.
roll with it.
Right.
But going back to the original point, the people in the house. You're going to your grandmother's house. You're going to your sister's house. You
Yep.
know who all is going to be up in there.
Right.
So um, just be careful with that. And I have made that mistake. I have done that, and I haven't done it since. Um, and I should have known better, but it was reflexive. So it takes practice. It was reflexive, and it does take practice. But it was one of those things, and I'm going to be very honest. We've already touched on these rules. The
Right.
person brought something that was already made that they were not cleared to bring.
Uh-oh.
This is a bring ice, bring pop person.
Okay.
This person decided they would bring potatoes that have been beaten within a pasty inch of their life. And this person's significant other, who was already in the family, this person was an in-law,
Mm-hmm.
bless this person's heart, had more of those pasty potatoes than he probably ever wanted to eat because nobody touched
Right.
that glue that was sitting in
Oh
that
my
dish.
God. Oh my God.
That's love.
That is
That's
love.
love. When the person, that's love, because nobody touched those. It's some things you just don't like. You already know some things are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do what are dishes that you just in a traditional Thanksgiving meal? And there's nothing wrong with non-traditional. In a traditional Thanksgiving meal that are would not fit for you. Like, what is like the dish that you're passing up?
Probably dressing. only because I've never even had my mother's dressing, but it doesn't look too great. So, like, if my mom ever listens to this podcast, like, I am never being invited over for Sunday dinner at all, ever. So I will literally be starving. So I am, I mean, this is a very appropriate pun, or I am literally biting the hand that feeds me at this moment. But I mean, my aunt says that it's good. My dad said that it was good when he was here. But like I just feel like if I'm gonna, and I'm like I said, I've never tried it. So I feel like if I'm gonna try it, I would want to try it with someone that's like a really good cook first. Yeah.
I'm
And
making dressing. I'm not saying I'm the best. I don't eat dressing, but I make it.
yeah. And also like I've had greens in non-traditional ways. I've never had like black people greens.
What
Yes.
kind of greens? What other kind of greens are there?
Like I've had greens in like ramen. I've had greens
Oh, okay.
in um um like cooked in like coconut milk. Like it was like a Caribbean type thing.
Hmm.
Um but yeah, but never like the black way.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea shall have greens this year.
We'll see.
Um, I'm telling you, I'm giving them to you. I'm gifting them to
Okay.
you.
Okay. Well then, yes. Yes.
I'm
Yes.
gifting them to you. Uh, so like I'm ready. Now watch, everything I make this year is trash because I feel like there's such high expectation now because I have to indoctrinate you into this traditional full meal that you haven't had in so long.
Right.
I feel
Right.
like I have to do this for you.
Please
It's
help.
my job to raise your blood pressure because it will. Oh, oh, and speaking of blood pressure, um, if unsalted butter is on your list,
Oh,
I need to know why.
I need to
Just
know
because
why.
the recipe
Oh,
said it, don't, even in baking, if unsalted butter is on your list, don't.
I got some unsalted butter here at my house.
Why? You don't have anything else, but you have unsalted butter? I
Because
need an explanation.
my my ex, who was a decent cook, um he bought it, and then he was like, yeah, well there's sometimes where you need it, and I was just like, I am unaware. I am
No.
unaware.
Even if the recipe calls for unsalted butter, I get salted butter.
Yeah.
Cookies, salted butter, cake, salted butter.
Yeah.
So far my blood pressure and cholesterol are okay, but I don't that's not everyday eating. I'm
Right.
not, I
Right.
this is one day, well, four because of leftovers, but um, you know, yeah, don't shortchange yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
Get,
it is a like I had some French toast, and I was like, oh well, I was like, there's no point of putting this butter on here, but I feel like I just have to have some on here. And I was like, this is
it was
shit.
sad.
It was very sad. Very, very sad. And I
It
was
was
just like,
sad.
no, that's not
I
good.
already know.
Yeah.
Salted butter make is happy butter.
It is happy butter.
I just,
Happy butter. It is happy butter.
I'm gonna tell you. Let's see what I pass up. I pass up the dressing. I make the dressing, but I pass it up, and I pass up the sweet potatoes. I don't like sweet potatoes. I know everybody loves them. I don't. I don't like them baked. I don't like them in any way. And for
Okay.
me, I don't know why it's a texture thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I eat white potatoes and I love I love potato anything. but I don't like sweet potatoes. Maybe I'll try them this year and see. I also don't like greens, but I have like eaten them because I don't like cooked leafy things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like raw. I like raw. Like I'll eat greens in a salad. I like raw leaf vegetables, but I don't like them once they're cooked.
Right.
I do love green beans.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a toddler choice, but
I mean, no,
that's what I love.
yeah. I mean, I was way grown when I realized that the green beans um, didn't look gray like from a can. I was like, oh wait, like they're like you can get them fresh and like people choose to still eat the canned stuff. Like how
Do
is that?
you have a certain way of eating, like a certain order or way of fit? Because like oh my gosh, what used to drive me crazy is like when the people in my family would fix a whole plate, full plate, and then put dessert on top of the.
Oh no. Dessert is a whole other thing. Like it can't be with like
I'm
that's
like,
like
how do you have gravy on your cake?
yeah, mm-mm. I'm not I'm not necessarily a like I can't have my things touched kind of person. I mean,
I'm
there's
definitely not
that
that.
shit, but like I don't like I'm not like making sure that like everything, but uh yeah, like dessert is a whole separate thing. Like that's a whole nother plate. Like I can't. Yeah, it's a whole separate thing.
Yeah, I don't mind, and I will even say in some instances I like my food to touch,
Mm-hmm.
but there's certain combos that go together, you know. So not everything can touch. Like I don't want my cranberry sauce touching my mashed potatoes, but I have to have the cranberry sauce with my turkey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't want the cranberry sauce touching my macaroni and cheese or veggies, but the turkey can touch the or the mashed potatoes can touch the turkey.
Right.
Green beans can touch the mashed potatoes. Everything else can touch, but the cranberry sauce is separate. But probably because, to your point, it's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, there's a certain combo there that has to go.
Right. Yeah,
And I
like
don't want.
I like so like I will have like sweet potatoes and mac and cheese.
Hmm.
Like if that touches like I'm not really tripping. Something about
Yeah,
that.
we'll see when I try. I'm gonna try more stuff this year. Only thing I still won't do is dressing because I am not a big fan of. Again, I'm not a big fan of a lot of cooked vegetables.
Yeah,
So,
that's my
you
issue.
know,
Too. Like the celery is really what takes me out. I can't. Excuse me for yawning. I just realized I'm actually on video, so I should act like it. Um, it's a day. Yeah, I
it's a
don't.
holiday week.
Yeah, I don't really fuck with the celery, like in no kind of way. So
Same.
like that's such a weird vegetable to me. Like I don't understand how anybody eats it. Period. Ever.
That's kind of how I feel. I feel that way about celery. I don't, and let me tell you, just sidebar. Everybody loves what's that place downtown, the barbecue place?
Cloves.
Slows. Everybody loves Slows mac and cheese. Oh, Slows, this and that. You know why I don't like it? I could tell right away. It has celery root in it,
Oh, huh.
and it's a very strong flavor.
Hmm. Now
And
I do like their mac and cheese. It's not, I mean, it's definitely not something that I would like. Remember when Slows used to have like 2, 3 hour waits and like you have to be like, it's
mhm.
definitely not worthy of that at all. but I mean, it's decent for like, you know, just like emergency mac and cheese.
Yeah. No, I tried it, I tried to do it a couple times because I was like, maybe it's just this, at first I was like, what is that? And it took me like, and then it struck me, I was like, there's celery root in here.
Your
It's
palate is so refined for you to
yeah,
like that up.
I'm so picky. Um, because I'm just so sensitive to that stuff. But I'm more so sensitive to textures.
Mm-hmm.
And so like, well, every like, um, I try not to go too hard on the celery in the dressing, and I try to chop it up, fine, and saute it so it's not like overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but some people I know are much more about that celery life. I'm not. I feel the same way about carrots. I don't understand. Carrots are so pointless to me. Carrots don't offend me like celery does, but they're so pointless.
Yeah, yeah. I yeah, I can eat a lightly cooked carrot. But like when it gets mushy, I'm out.
Yeah. That's how I feel about asparagus. Like I love asparagus, but I like it where it's cooked only enough. Like I still want it. I want it like almost raw,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I'll tear that shit up. But it's got to be almost raw.
Right.
Um. Yeah. So I feel like we've given you some good guidelines for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Um. Be careful. Stay in your lane. Be careful who you think twice about who you invite.
Especially in a pandemic. So
It's that's a whole other thing. Don't invite anybody. That's there's just no, don't invite anyone,
yeah.
because if you do, we will be doing this again next year. And here's the thing, I already know that nobody's listening. I know,
Yep.
you know how I know this? You know how they do the mock elections at in grade school?
Mm-hmm.
Listening to my son's class, and the kids are like, oh, and my grandpa and grandma are coming in from Florida, and all my cousins are gonna be there, and this and that. I'm like,
So we'll be we might get from under this shit by the summer of next year. Maybe. I mean, and
like,
that's like with more than half of the people doing what they need to do now and the beginning of next year. That's with vaccines, that's with all that shit. So
but whole sidebar, people aren't sitting still.
right.
They're like, there are things, you know, once these kids start coming home from college,
Mm-hmm.
and I am so glad that our governor has shut down indoor
Yes.
dining, because I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I was at the grocery store a couple weeks ago, and this girl in the aisle with me, I shouldn't say girl, adult woman, is on the phone, on her phone talking, and she's like, no, I can't wait to go out that night. That's the biggest bar night of the year. And I'm sitting there like, bitch, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And I hear her talking. I mean, she was just in the aisle with me. And I'm like, you
Like,
got to get a little bit further away from me, because you are a walking petri dish.
yeah, and what's so crazy about it is that uh you know, like she felt no way about saying that out loud. Like she
Nope,
was like it's fine. It's fine.
it's okay. I'm like, what? And did you see? Did you see that picture of the bar in Florida?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I mean, like these people don't, I'm like, no, so that tells me if you are willing to be around that many strangers,
Mm-hmm.
then you are definitely going to be like, cool, the family can be here. Let's,
Yeah.
it's okay. Man, y'all are killing people.
Killing people.
You know,
And don't even
this
care.
isn't the time. This isn't it. I mean, it's unfortunate. It sucks. We just sat here and spent an hour, and not to get all like this, but we just sat here and spent an hour. I'm talking about how I'm used to having 20 plus people
Mm-hmm.
for Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And that, I mean, and it's like the thing that gets me through the whole rest of the year. Thanksgiving and Christmas gets me like, it fills my tank to get me through the whole rest of the year, usually.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I live for those days. I live for all of it, the exhaustion of it, the swollen ankles, I live for all of it just to see the joy and of my family and to just sit there with them. And so when I just see people not changing their plans or traveling for the sake of traveling and partying for the sake of partying, and it just it it just hurts me. I
Yeah.
mean, like, it's beyond anger. It's just like, and I won't even say it's like, um, some people might be like, oh, you're just hating because it's not that. I'm just like, when I say this like, if other people are doing something so that you can live, why can't you sit your ass down so that somebody else can live? Because here's the thing, you can sit here and say, well, I didn't get it. It was cool. We were safe. Well, no, you weren't. You were still in the airport. You were still in a bar. You were still in a restaurant. And while you might not get it, you might drop that shit off with somebody else.
Yeah. So somebody else is not gonna have their grandma or their granddad or their mom and dad or sister or brother. Like, I mean,
Look,
I've said it.
this is my grandmother who we lost this year from COVID. She did not go anywhere during the pandemic. That shit came to her. I have a friend who just yesterday lost his grandfather, his grandmother, the grandfather's wife is in ICU with COVID. People are still dying.
Yeah.
Did not mean for this to take a serious turn, but it's got to be said.
It's got to be
Sit
said.
your ass down.
Sit down. Sit down.
I
Somewhere.
haven't been perfect. I have not been perfect in this pandemic. I have
Nobody
I
has.
have I've tried very hard to be safe, and I love my house. I love my family. I'm sick of it all. I don't like being told what to do. I don't either. I don't like having to do something.
Right.
But what I do like is my family. What I do like is my friends. What I do like is the
Mm,
world we usually live in.
right.
Um, so, you know, let's just not be so selfish. Take your friends a plate, which I will. Take your friends a plate, drop it off with them, you know.
And people act like you can't, like there's not other ways that you can connect with people. Like you can do a a porch drive by. You can, the weather is not super crazy, or at least it doesn't seem like it will be, where it's going to be like, a crazy like whiteout snowstorm on Thanksgiving. So
Mhm.
like you can, gather everybody at the folks that live at grandma's house, y'all can all just come by and just be like, hey, grandma, I just wanted to put my eyes on you. Like, here's
Yeah.
a plate. Like, I love you. I wish I could hug you, but like, I just want to see you for the holiday. Like, you can do a Zoom call. Like, you can do FaceTime. Like, there's so many things. And no, it's not the same as being around the table. It's not the same as being, like in close proximity where you can like hug and love on your family. But like, it's what we got to do. So
That's what I saw my neighbor. I love these neighbors. I don't even know their names, but I love them. They had their Black Lives Matter and their pride flag out there. I love these people. Um, and I saw the wife the other day. She had a friend over in the driveway with their coats and blankets, sitting in chairs across the driveway from each other, visiting.
mhm.
You know, y'all have decks and get heaters. Now they're selling out quick at Home Depot. I can attest to this. Get heaters and sit out because it is not as cold can be yet, even though we had snow, which is stupid.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
Um, but just Thanksgiving is about being thankful for what we have. Let's keep it. Let's keep what we have as long as we can.
Right. Right. I mean,
And let's
that's
keep each
it.
other safe. You know what? I'll even give you this. We can leave you with this. If you are so inclined to practice something new this year in the kitchen, if you stay home and don't share it with anybody else, you can do it. This is the year. This is your year to shine.
So, homegirls in my struggle that have only been asked to bring condiments, beverages, paper
Ice.
products, ice. This is our time, guys. This is
This is your
where
time to
we can
shine.
shine, and nobody has to know about it. Nobody has to know that you burned your noodles or that you overcooked your gravy or that, like now they're smoked greens, but they didn't start out that way. Like, ain't nobody got to know that. Ain't nobody got to know that. We can all just live, just be alive, and yeah, it's our time.
You
So
can try that low fat recipe, whatever it is, in the comfort of your own home.
right.
This is the year for that. So if there's a silver lining, there's a bright spot. Consider this a practice year.
Yeah, this is it.
We'll allow it. So go ahead, use all the pet milk you want. You work that Velveeta, girl.
You work
You
it,
do it.
and you take, start now to try to melt it though. Start right now. Like, start on Tuesday, and maybe it'll be melted by dinner time on Thursday. Maybe.
And here's the thing, if you don't eat it again after Thursday and you stay at home and stay safe, you will be around next Thanksgiving to eat the real shit.
Yeah. See how that works?
We are thankful for all of you. Andrea, I am so thankful for you and
I
this,
am so
you
thankful
know,
for you. I am so
and
thankful
this,
that we started doing this crazy thing, and like, whether or not people listen, even though y'all should listen, follow, and subscribe and share. Even if people don't listen yet, it's been so fun, and I love doing these with you. And I can't wait until we can do them in person at my office or at a studio and have all of the fancy shit that we need. That's gonna be a fun
we
time.
have the equipment.
Yeah, we
We're
do have it.
trying. We have the equipment. We're ready for you guys. But yeah, Andrea, I am just so thankful that you didn't block me and that you're still enjoying this and that we get to do this on our time and on our terms. And you know, and that there's another person in this world that I vibe with, and that's you.
Yes.
You even came up in my therapy session today. I just admire you so much.
Oh, Tiff. Don't make me.
We are thankful. We may or may not love you, but we hope you may or may not love us too. And that even in either way you go, you are sticking with us and giving us time to, you know, find our rhythm, work it out, and we're just really appreciative.
Yeah.
And we will see you in the next few weeks with something, you know, relatively unstable. We don't get to be with our relatively unstable relatives, which is kind of how all this has started this year. But we will see you soon. We'll have a couple other things coming up between now and Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. And just appreciate each other and keep each other safe.
Yes.
Like, follow, subscribe, share, kick it with us, talk to us. You can talk to us on social media, all kind of ways. Just press play and let it run so it looks like so that our analytics go up. Just
Right.
do that. Doesn't hurt a thing.
Doesn't hurt.
We love y'all. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes,
Remember how
Thanksgiving.
read your kids the story of how Thanksgiving came to be. Be socially aware. My kid is has it on his board. I think he's ignoring me, but at least it'll be in his periphery. Be thankful.
Yeah.
And we will see you guys in a couple weeks.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.